crunchy, not soggy cabbage. Listen. Just how it's meant to be. Now, most people ruin pickled cabbage by pouring hot vinegar over it. I'm going to show you how to keep it crisp. Plus, we're making an old school sweet beetroot pickle, better than any jar bought. Let's do it. Welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Come on. Now, it's a 2-day video, this. We're not going to make it on one day. Taste it in a couple of days. I've got red cabbage, I've got beetroot. I'm going to make the same pickling brine for both. I make the brine, I cool it completely, and then brine. I do it completely different to probably everybody else. They like to tip in hot brine full of mustard seeds and this and that and everything else. I like a plain, simple, white vinegar, water, sugar, salt, brine. Works every time. Perfect pickles. Let's do it. We have to stick those beetroots on to boil. So we need to put some water in there and we want to boil those. We want to make a brine using white vinegar, sugar, salt, water. And we let it cool completely. So this is where it becomes a 2-day job, because you chop all this cabbage up, fine slice it, you boil the beetroots, take the skins off, you heat this up so the sugar melts, dissolves, you don't have to hard boil it, and that has to go cool. You don't pour hot liquid on cabbage. You have soggy cabbage. We want crispy, crunchy cabbage. We got our beetroots in water. We're going to put that on to boil. I'm going to shove it on there while we make the brine, and then we'll finish off at the front so you can see it. We're just going to boil these. We're going to boil it for about 35-40 minutes until you get a knife and stick a knife in, and if it goes in, they're done. Okay, so it's as simple as is this one. In the water. In the white vinegar, sugar, salt. Now you're thinking there's a lot of sugar, there's a lot of vinegar, there's a lot of salt, etc. I'm making for 2 lots. I'm making for the beetroot and the cabbage. In the ingredients, you will have for 1 kilo of whatever you want to make. Now all we're doing is melting, dissolving this sugar. We are not trying to hard boil in any way. So just dissolve that sugar and then we turn it off and we're going to chop up our cabbage. There we go, we got a complete clear liquid. Turn off the heat, that is it. Let that cool. Cabbage then, nice and straightforward. Through there. We don't want that. Eat it at your leisure. So that is coming out of there. Like that. And do this one. Straightforward, grab yourself a bowl, start slicing your cabbage, and we're putting in the minimal amount of salt just to try and draw some moisture. We are not filling it full of salt like a lot of people. We don't need to do that. Okay, so it's a very straightforward. Just slice up your cabbage. And in that bowl. Now, you don't have to be neat or anything. We just want to slice it up. Come on. Okay, there's our cabbage in there. It's a minimal amount of salt, about a teaspoon, that's all. Okay, that is going to draw some moisture, and you can shake it all up, stir it all around, do whatever. If it draws moisture, we do not want the moisture in our jars. Okay, salt on the cabbage, you do not have to rinse off in any way. You just leave it. Okay, that is it in a nutshell. Job done. That's boiling away. It's got about another 20 minutes to go, and then we're going to let them cool down. We're going to take the skins off. There you go. Okay, when you've had about 35-40 minutes, you're sticking a knife in, and if the knife goes in like that, they are done. Okay, we want the knife to go in, but we want some firm. Okay, we don't want it soft and mushy so the knife goes all the way through. We want crunch in our beetroot, don't we? Come on. There you go, job done. They come out of there to go cold or cool. Then we take those skins off. So I'm going to take those out of there. These are coming out into a bowl, and I'm just going to leave them to go cold. Cool down so you can get your hands on them and get that skin off there. There you go, you got some beautiful beetroots. Just let them cool down. We've got our red cabbage, which you can see has softened a little bit. We don't want it softened completely. We do not want it covered in salt so it goes all soft like kimchi. Okay, we want crunch in our cabbage. It's gloves on for me for this next bit. What we're going to do is we're going to peel these beetroots. Just peel the beetroot and chuck it in a different bowl. Nice and straightforward. We don't want any of this. Now, what you could do is just rub the skin off if you want, but you know, I'm just going to peel it. Up to you how you do it. I just don't want to end up with bright red hands. Still quite warm, these actually. So just do that with all the beetroot that you have. So come on, you guessed it. We want some slices. Try and keep them all the same size. So we got this lovely beetroot going on there, look. Now this is obviously going to be too big to go in the jar. So we are going to half it and slice it. Okay. So obviously it doesn't get any more straightforward than this. We've got a jar and we're going to put that in there and tip the brine in. So here we go. In there. So what I do is tip some in first and then put some brine in and then carry on. That way you don't seem to get many air pockets. We don't want air pockets as such. So all it is that, and in there. Now you can sterilize your jars any which way you want. 140 degrees for about 20 minutes in the oven. Or you can just fill them all with boiling water, give them all a good shake around. Do it that way, up to you. Give it a little squidgy down. We don't want to build up air pockets in here. Okay, just a little bit to top it off. And that is 1 jar of pickled beetroot. One side. Do another one, come on. Okay, we got a couple of jars there, look. Some more of that in there. Make sure it's covered. And we want a lid on. Of course we do. Come on. And then we'll give those a wipe. So cabbage is just the same really. We're just going to stuff it in the jar and put brine on. The pickling brine. I've got one of these things. It'll have to do. Doesn't quite fit the jar. But we are just using it to guide the cabbage in. So we're in there with just a little bit more of that. Give it a squidge down in there. Again, we don't want loads of air pockets, you know. And you just keep going until you've used up all your cabbage and all your brine, your pickling brine. So if you've got half a jar like this one, just fill it up with your brine, your vinegar solution. And you can see it's half a jar, but it doesn't matter. That's one we'll be eating in 3 days or a couple of days first. There you go, that's how easy it is to make your own pickled cabbage and beetroot. We're just going to leave that now. You can eat in 48 hours, it starts to take on the pickle brine. But it's best to leave it at least 2 to 3 days. After 3 days, excellent. And obviously, it keeps taking it on the longer you have it. You know, and I'm not going to give a date on it, how long it lasts. It lasts for ages. But I eat it regular, and it says regular turnover here. That's how I make my red cabbage and beetroot. In a couple of days, we'll try it. There you go. Okay, for those people who have been watching the videos, you've seen this stuck on the side for more than a week. You know, you can make the pickle and you can eat it within about 3 days. However, we've left it there for a week to make sure it gets all that brine in there. And, you know, basically we're going to show you the cabbage is crispy and we've got a lovely sweet pickled beetroot. Come on, let's get in. We've got a couple of little balls and I'm sure this is going to go all over, but not to worry. So our red cabbage, let's get in there. So you can see this is that jar that wasn't quite filled. Oh, it's going to go all over. Come on, we're in. Oh, that'll do. Come on. That'll do. Right, we got red cabbage going on there. And we got beetroot. So let's have some beetroot. Ooh. Oh, yeah. I've got some kitchen towel because I always get beetroot juice everywhere. Always. It don't matter how I eat it, it goes everywhere. Okay, our cabbage. Look at this. Crunchy, not soggy cabbage. Listen. Just how it's meant to be. No fancy mustard seeds, no nothing in there. Our nice vinegary sweetened brine. and crunchy cabbage. Just a little bit of sour from the vinegar. That I could eat all day long. All day long. Beetroot. Here we go. Oh, come on. In here. Look at that. Oh, that is gorgeous. Oh yeah. Oh, there's a heck of a lot on there, look. That is gorgeous. It's obviously we cooked the beetroot. It's got a little bit of firm in there. Got the earthy beetroot flavour, the taste from the beetroot, a little bit of sweetness, and obviously it's pickled. And I'm going to shove all this in my mush and hopefully not get it all over. Look at that. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. There you go. That's my way to make pickles. Perfect pickles every time. So best way to eat this then, pickle this cabbage 2 to 3 days, you can eat that. Beetroot 3 to 5 days, you can eat that. Leave it a week like I've done. You've seen it sat on the side in every video. Bang, perfect. There you go. How long does it keep? To be honest, I've no idea. I've kept it for months. Okay, now what I tend to do, this has not been heat sealed or anything. I just leave it on the side. Now, you know the temperature here, it's absolutely boiling. It's never had a problem. Once it's open like this, I shove it in the fridge, as well as the beetroot. Why? I actually love the cold pickles. Now, whether it keeps any longer in there or not, I've no idea. Okay, this lasts an awful long time. Now, I wouldn't recommend making the amount of pickles I do unless you're going to give it to your friends. However, I have enough pickles made. I've got a lot more in there made which will last me all year. So I'm not going to say they last a year, but I've enough in there to last me a year. I'll leave it up to you. Okay, they last a long, long time. With pickling the cabbage like we've done, a little bit of salt, not rinsed, this is as crunchy as heck for months. For months. Not a word of a lie. There you go. Perfect pickles my way at home. If you like red cabbage, you like beetroot, get out there and buy some discount cabbage or beetroot or whatever. You can make a whole batch. If not, just buy top quality produce and make your own pickle. Guarantee pickled beetroot way better than the shops. And the cabbage. The cabbage will always stay crunchy. There you go. If you like what we're doing, share with your friends. Tell them how easy it is to make your own pickles. If you do like what we're doing, big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Ring that bell. Oh, we'll catch you in the next video. Oh yeah.